It's Armada versus iBUYPOWER. CEVO TV is showing you a Week 1 makeup matchup. I'm Cotton, he's Klops, and we're underway. So for the rosters that we just ran through, Armada is sporting PZ Muffin, Romulus, Skylar, and that's going to be the only time that I say his name correctly, Doom, Char, and iBUYPOWER, of course, the now infamous roster change has brought together Skadoodle, Dazed, Rax, Steel, AZK, Steel running right up mid, not a care in the world. Relics decides that he should care. Drops the bomb right in the middle of the field, and the bomb is recovered safely, thankfully, for iBUYPOWER. So they lose the first on the round. You should know that their entire buy is all armor, so they're going purely off of Gunboy this time. They don't have to do anything aside from hit their shots, which is a pretty bold statement. You know, not even giving Armada the respect they deserve, that you may have to seal off an angle or flashbang yourself in. They're just going to go for the shooting, and Relics has 2 on the round. He may, oh, nice one tap. May pick up a third right there. Daze is right next to him in the graveyard. He's still trying to fight. There's another one. A 4K on the round and potentially an ace right here. There you go. Relics is here to play, and he's not joking around.
Wow. I'm really amazed that he was able to get into a pit and hide for that long without being taken down. But, I mean, good play by him. Picking up the ace pistol round, really huge for Armada. I mean, that's going to be big for these guys going into this game.
That was just dirty. It was like Mel Gibson in The Patriot, just like pick off one guy, drop back, be a ghost in the forest, pick off another guy, drop back, and he finally ran it. Yeah, and then he finally ran into the part where he couldn't run anymore, and he just went rage mode and destroyed everything. That was cool.
Busts
you know
out
what?
the hatchet and starts taking people out.
If only this game had hatchets and proning and irons. What are we talking about again? 5 alive for both teams, and they're stacking up at the banana. They want to take it into B and do a delayed B rush. They certainly took their time. I don't think they want to get pushed from the yellow car or have any pre-nades ruin their time. You can tell with the purchase of the CZs that they want to turn this into a very close quarter battle and try to charge in and get nice automatic kills. So they're going to send in Ska and probably Daze first, probably to the CT to do their worst. Here comes the inevitable engagement. Now notice that one person's looking away to prevent the pre-flash, and AZK is looking forward, and as they do look away, they prevent themselves from running headlong into bad flashbangs. Romulus has one, wants to pick up the second one. They're going to plant in the smoke, and he's going to live. He's hugging the spool. He could have get shot in the back. There's a flick, picks up 1 and 2. The bomb's planted. Only 1 death and only 1 rebuy. Romulus will also get the defuse. iBUYPOWER can certainly buy next round, but they'll buy weak because they haven't been able to pick up too many kills. It's up to Armada right now, like we talked about on Train. How much do you respect the AKs? How much do you respect the ability for them to one-tap you compared to your not top-tier weapon?
Yeah, actually, that bomb plan is going to give them a good boost of money. They were at about 4,500 to 5K, so they're going to be able to full buy here. They'll be able to get all the smokes that they want. I mean, maybe they might just be out of reach of Molotovs, but yeah, it looks like they're just going to go with smokes for the most part, and they should be able to do, execute whatever strategy that they want to here. And Armada not fully upgrading here on their guns. They're keeping their pharmacists for the most part.
How do you feel about that? For pharmacists, you can fight close range with them, and they're not as, it's not really that bad, but I would have upgraded, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. We actually see, I see why they didn't upgrade. They bought a bunch of incendiary grenades, so that's going to be a big money hit. Chari, actually, I would have figured he would have bought since he died last round, but you do see he's sporting that incendiary. But and I believe those two, no, it's a 2 and 3 man. So yeah, actually, no incendiaries at B. I thought that's where they would be putting them for the most part, but now, it looks like they're going to be holding them at A.
Relics and Romulus are both playing a passive B. They're not challenging Banana at all, and they're not making it a less skillful fight. If you play in Banana, you narrow down the locations where people can be, and it turns into a less awareness fight. It turns into a more twitchy fight. That's a fight that they could probably try to win. I'm surprised they're not taking advantage of that and trying to make this, like I said, a less skillful sort of fight. Now, if they lose these battles at Banana and play passive, maybe they'll learn the hard way. Maybe they'll try a bit later, but maybe they'll try a bit too late. So Romulus by himself in the site is our number 2. Brax turns the corner, gets dinked, turns on Doom, walks away with just a little bit of health, trades all over the place, and iBUYPOWER has lost nobody. So after losing their first round and their eco round, their third round is sterling. It's just spotless.
Yeah, and I mean, they played it really nicely. You know, they got that early entry into B, but didn't push the advantage, so they wouldn't force rotates, and then they put Braxton and another player over at mid, and to obviously make it seem not send any other CTs over there, so it was just a one-man defending B, and he just couldn't hold on to it, and they took it nicely.
A clever boost by Char on top of the well covering to bring down AZK, who is standing on the spools in the site. Easy Muffin waits for people to leave. They've traded out 2 for their guns, and they'll force 2 rebuys, but 3 consecutive bomb plants for iBUYPOWER. I don't think anyone cares.
Yeah, they 3 consecutive bomb plants there are going to be looking fine in terms of money. And actually, Armada is going to be on the save now, so they spent all their money on those expensive grenades last round, and were not able to buy after that loss, so they're on the save now.
Now it's time to make some big plays, I think. 2 nades down the field. This is too obvious of a push. The nades downfield and the charge through Banana is very, very predictable. Still, AZK falls victim to its offensive power, I would say. But I don't think that iBUYPOWER is not prepared for this. In fact, Steel was waiting, looking at both angles, hoping to find somebody to do that peek just there. Daze comes back, finds Romulus out in space, shoots him in the back, and now Skylar has to hold on. He has an AK, and if he can just be patient and wait for this... Oh, this is dangerous. You have nobody here to pick up your rifle. Making the big play is one thing, but if nobody can pick up the rifle after you die, that's very dangerous. He is still there. We follow our number 3, shoots Dazed in the back. He goes to Skadoodle to transfer his spray, cannot. Steel on the other side of the map, picks up PZ Muffin, and Doom is the last, the lurker. So, yeah, you have your aggressive eco round plays. They're pretty predictable, pretty obvious. Are you happy with the 2, or did you want more?
No, I'm happy with it. And you know, you commented that their push was pretty, you know, easily identified. But I think depending on the spawns, you know, the terrorists do get to the stairs before the counter terrorists for those nades. So AZK, I think, just got there before him and is already pushed into Banana, and so he didn't see the nades come through and wasn't able to identify the push. But I mean, once he got the sounds, he should have been able to see. And he just missed his shot regardless, so...
Slight risky move there for AZK as he maneuvers in front of his teammates off. They'll drop out. Romulus ran straight down mid. Char on the other side of the map trades out. 3 immediate kills for iBUYPOWER, and they pick up a 4th right here. CZ, long range. Skadoodle holding on, being like, guys, the last 2 are here, so why don't you go plant, and I'll just try to hold on for dear life. Frax comes around the corner, doesn't save his teammates, and that's where everybody in chat's like, oh, he hates iBUYPOWER. He lets Skadoodle die.
Another push, eco push by Armada, and I don't know if I like seeing 2 pushes in a row. But yeah, I mean, just where AZK kind of failed in the last round, he just did really well right there, picking up 2 before he went down. So he just cleared out that push very nicely. But now we're on the gun round, and we're actually seeing Doom with the op, and he's actually not going to peek mid, it looks like. Probably going to be playing the apartments with that op, it looks like. So, yeah, I thought it would see more of an aggressive look, but Skadoodle is wielding the op here for iBUYPOWER.
Early nades out for the hay bale side. They don't have any idea how close players are. Char comes out, picks up 1, gets AZK, finds Steel also in the smoke. PZ Muffin at the port side helps him out, and this slow walk up mid is just thwarted really, really nicely, packaged together. It's only Swag and Skadoodle left. 1 at the port side, 1 at the cubby side, 2 at the cubby side, excuse me, and that person's more or less at the arch side. And I don't think that they're going to make a dive for the bomb with more than a minute 15 left in the particular round. This is something we talked about early, and this round's wrapped up, so I'm going to divert onto another topic. Swag, the last, 1 versus many, has a chance to pick that one up. So we talked about, at the end of this, the inevitable comparisons are going to be made. Who made the better pickup, Anger or Swag Steel? I haven't come to a conclusion. It's far too early to come to a conclusion yet. Yeah. But the way that we've positioned this is that there's so many moving parts. I think the team who has less moving parts is the one that's more stable. And right now, I feel Anger is slightly better in his situation.
Yeah, well, like we said, I mean, you know, it wasn't just a one-man swap. I mean, iBUYPOWER also picked up Steel, so that was changing for him as well. I mean, losing 2 people, that's gonna be more problematic than just losing 1. So I think in terms of that, then yeah, complexity is gonna have less to deal with in terms of improvement.
Now, Skadoodle and AZK can identify the fact that these nades have come from multiple angles that make it impossible for it just to be 2 people. AZK and Skadoodle know this, so they back up to the end of the banana. They've counted 3, so they realize, they tell their teammates, okay, we're going to play this a little bit more passive. We can't push like we were initially planning to. You guys should and you should come back to banana because Armada thinks that they've scared off iBUYPOWER, who are obviously undaunted. 5 in the banana now. Romulus and Skylar, who have played pretty much for the first time in a gun round aggressively in banana, now have to hold on as the smoke comes over. A seal for the CT, a seal for the smoke. Flashes in, everybody charges the smoke, and nobody has exchanged a shot as everybody's hiding. First exchanges are good. Relics hits one and gets traded. AZK will pick him up. There's PZ Muffin coming around the corner, wants to shoot through the smoke and misses his shot. There's everybody in the site for iBUYPOWER, and Romulus is the only one close enough to fight. He picks up a jumping AZK, one at the new box, shooting at him. He comes out just out in the open space, unable to pick up another kill. The bomb plant will go down now, and the retake is already happening. The CTs are everywhere, swarming, trying to get into the site, and they cannot find purchase because of the smokes. They'll need to have a flash over the top, or at least try to get their teammates in because they're wasting time. Nobody is thinking they don't have a flash, to throw over the top of the constructions. They'll have to hit their close range op shots. Swag sees him. Swag spams, gets some attention. First kill is Armada's. The second one could be Swag's. Double for him. PZ Muffin's the last, stuck in the construction. The bomb timer is now gone to a point where it's unrecoverable, and PZ Muffin comes out. Greeted by Swag. A triple on the round for him. An excellent round.
Quad for Swag, actually.
A quad for Swag. An excellent round for him.
Yeah, he did a good job defending. I mean, good job altogether by iBUYPOWER defending. They got into the site, used smokes to get in. Nice smoke on the CT cross, which made it so the Opper couldn't, pick them from spawn. And then even after the fact, once they got set up in the site, then, they laid down additional smokes at construction, because that's where usually the CTs rotate from when they come in from CT spawn. And yeah, it just bought a bunch of time for iBUYPOWER during that bomb plant.
Particularly impressive is how they move with efficiency. They cleared the site fast so that when they planted, the smokes were still viable to defend them. They didn't have to redeploy smokes, not until later, and it actually benefited them because the rotators with ops could not obviously pierce it with their vision.
Yeah, and I mean also, the CTs tried to do their best, using smokes to stop iBUYPOWER, but it's not hard to just wait the smokes out and then just use your nades to get the advantage into the site.
Another gun round for Armada, but this one's a fairly weak one. 2 missing head armor. They are bot FAMASs, and it's sort of a micro buy with 2 flashbangs on one player and a flashbang and a smoke on another. It's a weak position, but Inferno gives you the terrain advantage. You take a gamble on a force buy like this to not fall too far behind a terrorist force on Inferno. I happen to like this aggressive move. A smoke too late. Now AZK and Skadoodle are far beyond it, and Relics manages to trade favorably before. Steel transfers his spray 3 times before finding his actual target, and Romulus is the victim of that third adjustment. Brax will hit 1 on the rotate. That's Doom. PZ Muffin's the last versus 3. And now the class of iBUYPOWER is showing through. Armada is really feeling the force of their actual individual abilities to shoot. PZ Muffin fighting at the blue. Hits a pretty good shot on Steel. It's 1-on-2, and as he runs away, he gives away the fact that he's saving, so they'll perhaps pursue him. But it is a bit too obvious what he tried to do.
Yeah, it looks like AZK is going to go for him, and then maybe Brax is just going to go for a save his weapon, but I think he just
Clever move, yeah.
Yeah, just, that delayed smoke you called out from Armada. I mean, I saw what they were trying to do there. Basically, how I mentioned last round, iBUYPOWER just waited out their smokes and then easily smoked off the site and entered. And I think they identified that and realized, hey, we can't just, throw our smokes back to back. We need to try to space them out more. And, they tried to wait for the sound cue from iBUYPOWER. And like you said, the smoke just came a little bit too late as they were running through, so it wasn't really too effective. And iBUYPOWER was able to just get the entries into B, and it wasn't a problem for him.
We have a couple of requests for X-Ray. Is it off currently?
Oh. I probably turned it off for when it was the ball was planted, but yeah, it's back on.
I see. Brax waiting for 1. The delay found, the hold found Steel pushing, and Doom steps out with his USP, tried to get a headshot, almost did it, but put the shot just a little bit too low, hit him right in the sternum, and Char walks away with 60 health. Dazed, his victim walks away with 68. Oh, we have another push, and Brax is looking the wrong way. There's a shot and a bomb recovery. He could call over his teammates if they so wanted, but there's so many iBUYPOWER players over here that it would be a mistake to rotate overly early, and that mistake is now capitalized on as the entire Armada team collapsed to try to rally to the bomb. iBUYPOWER was waiting. In fact, they turned the trap of Armada back on their own. It's a very clever and sophisticated hold there. Nobody panicked when the bomb was dropped.
Bomb has been planted.
Relics is the last with his 5.7. I would imagine he's going to try to move toward where the gun had dropped and pick it up. Yep, there it is. Well, that takes a lot of composure. Somebody says, I got ambushed, the bomb's dropped, and iBUYPOWER froze, and they didn't panic. They said, okay, they're going to rotate to try to cover the bomb. Let's wait for them to come through these rotate lanes.
Yeah, good game awareness, and I mean, if it was Dazed who was calling that out, then good IGL leadership by him. But I mean, also a good play by Relics there and good communication by Armada just to let him know, hey, there's guns down, and he goes and picks one up and saves it.
So Relic seems to know AZK is coming hunting for him, and he's being a little bit paranoid. Rightly so. Doesn't get punished. 3-6, and iBUYPOWER leads by 3. The squad is looking pretty good. I wonder if they'll be tested today. I genuinely wonder if they'll be really tested today, because it seems as if Armada's throwing together a couple of good rounds, but iBUYPOWER is kind of just a sleeping giant rolling over.
Yeah, like I said, I think when we did our pred, I think, you know, Armada is a good team, but iBUYPOWER, I think, just still outclasses them despite having the roster changes. So I mean, they shouldn't have too much trouble here. Armada, though, has been looking good a few rounds. They're just seem to be struggling a little bit.
Steel called his teammate over, and as he fought him at the top of the stairs while they were fighting Romulus, Romulus primed a nade. Steel saw it, and you could see Swag immediately recognize the fact that he had low health. He strafe jumped out of the apartments to save himself from being naded. Great reflexes there on the young X-Complexity player. Now PZ Muffin and Relics instead of Romulus, and Relics will hold on to B with a passive look. They'll fire it out and make sure that nobody just walks in nonchalantly like they've had in the past. It'll be an A take. 2 players will be inside of A to hold, both in the pit. The double pit look has caught many good teams off guard before and has turned rounds around. We'll see if that happens today. Rax sits in the dark thinking that somebody may rotate through. They take this very slow, and yeah. I'm very impressed at the respect that they're giving Armada here.
From what it looks like, if I had to see, they got 3 people over at the horseshoe. That it looks like they're going to swing around. I thought they were probably going to go through CT spawn, actually, but so this double pit might still be viable for him.
Not if Daze finds Char looking the other way. He shoots him in the back of the head. The next one is Skadoodle. The site's cleared, and the 2 B rotators are out of position. One is at the arch. The other one's still running through the speedway, and it's not going to help you. You needed to get an early kill here to enter back into the site. That flash does nearly nothing, as Skadoodle just kind of winces a bit. Tough sledding for Armada. Nice 2-tap there for Dazed, leaving PZ Muffin by himself to run away at Speedway. You know, this is just bad luck. Getting shot in the back of the head. I think it was Char who got shot in the back of the head by Dazed. It's just bad luck.
Yeah, you know, he was peeking out the trying to get that peak angle on the truck side of that mid area, but he just, like you said, it was just bad timing. I mean, Dazed was coming around the corner, and the other pit player didn't pick him up, so yeah, unfortunate.
All right, well, the rounds are slipping away, and Armada are finding themselves maybe inadequate. And now we'll see whether or not they change their game plan. The game plan as such has been to play a passive look at A. They'll occasionally hold port side, art side, and then drop, and then wait for the wrap like they do, like they've seen plenty of other teams do. But maybe now they start to make unconventional plays and try to trade out more favorably for themselves like this. The double nade does some good work. Doom does 1. Romulus picks up the next. Could have picked up a 3rd if he could have just corralled his P250 and pulled it down just a little bit. But Daisy and his squad maintained the fire, maintained the pressure, and through that thin cardboard, I'm surprised PZ Muffin didn't pick up that kill. Managed to bring down their opponent. So 2 versus 3, some weak terrorists left, and Armada could win an eco round, which would be fairly impressive. But like I said, look at this. The round where they make the narrow fighting space, their highlighted fighting space, is the round where they walk away with a favorable trade. Because in Banana, it doesn't matter how talented your team is in terms of tactics and strategy. It's just, can I shoot down this lane straighter than you?
Yeah, I think the rush just caught him off guard. I don't think iBUYPOWER realized that they were going to be saving, because I mean the past couple eco rounds they did essentially the same thing, but I just think iBUYPOWER didn't have a grasp on their economy, so I think that's why I caught him off guard here.
AZK thinks that somebody's at the new box, so they throw fire back there to cover him, and since nobody's back there, no kills registered. 2 left. Both have armor, but only one has a weapon. PZ Muffin almost made it away. Bunny hopping into the smoke, hoping to just dodge all those AK bullets. Can't do it. Char's the last one with his USP. Gives away his take position. I don't think he's actually going to try this, but he did just broadcast to everybody where he was, so why? Well, I guess that's the reason why. Swag came through trying to go for the hero kill, doesn't get it. Now it's a 1-on-2, and he may actually go for it. He's going for it. It's 1-on-1. Can you make the big play, Char? He's 1-on-1, looks the wrong way. Has one right behind him. That's Daze, and he's duly executed. That was a ballsy, courageous move. Unfortunately, it's also an embarrassing death.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, I think that only came about because Brax decided to push through the smoke, which I guess could have been a mistake. I mean, like you said, you know, he announced to everyone that he was over there with his nade throwing into the site. So I mean, it was kind of a like maybe just a cocky move by Brax, but either way, you know, they do salvage the round. And yeah, Armada, I mean, not a bad eco round. They forced a couple of rebuys there. I think it was 2 to 3. So yeah, they should be feeling. Or no, it's 4 rebuys. I'm sorry.
I feel a bit compelled to answer this question. Somebody says, "How does subscribing actually support the casters and go to CEVO? Isn't this your channel?" We're like an arm of CEVO. CEVO TV is a tad bit different, and the subs actually go directly to supporting the casters. So if you like Misled and later, or even myself and Clay, God forbid. Yeah, that does help us. That would be nice. But anyway, 5 alive for both teams. iBUYPOWER leads 8 to 3, and the split on Inferno should be like a 9-6, 10-5 if you're not familiar. And that pretty much spells near disaster for Armada if they can't win out. It's I didn't want to say win out, but I kind of had to say win out. Char steps far too far out into mid. Instead of doing a safe half eye or shoulder peek, he comes full on crouch spraying and gets traded out. So the terrorist team will send the bomb backwards. Still, and I said this in another round, I'm a bit impressed that iBUYPOWER maintains the composure to continuously treat their opponents with great respect, as if the tables could turn on them at any moment, and they'll turn back around now, finding out that one person has rotated back. And actually, if you consider the positions of the players in Library and Speedway, it's fairly turn right there. Romulus could have turned this round around. Daze is in CT, and now the wrap is on. With one person coming through Speedway and only one person to defend the site, there's no way Relics can come out without making a spectacular play. Has 1 and 2, could go for it. He'll stay alive and wait for his teammates. A smart play, and he doesn't want to peek. Not unless this wants to happen. He has 3 and could pick up a 4th. It could be a round win due to his heroic efforts. Doom almost had him. Daze is the last. Our number 9 is stuck behind the new box, and he has 1 second left. He just wants to save his gun. He does. That was all on Relics. What a phenomenal spray transfer.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and I'm a little surprised that the members of iBUYPOWER weren't, you know, expecting him to be in there, or just couldn't make the shot, because, I mean, you know, they picked up a kill and they should have known that it was only one man left in B. Maybe when Dazed got the kill onto the guy in CT spawn, they thought the site was free and open. That might have been the case, but either way, it seemed like some some complacency there. But, you know, that's only one more round for Armada. 8 to 4 still. iBUYPOWER should be feeling good about that. And, you know, I mean, that's Armada's one step closer to winning out here and getting closer to closing this deficit.
I'm very impressed watching Steel. I have to tell you, his ability to scan and diagnose close quarter rooms in apps thus far as an entry fragger has been very, very impressive. And he's regularly, aside from cursing him horribly just now, he's been regularly control. Oh no, the bunny hopping Daze. Now, if you watch Daze stream and you watch him regularly, we do a lot of research on game tape. Daze is a huge proponent of having increased skill ceilings and making players have more flexibility in movement, and he loves bunny hopping, and he'll use bunny hopping to accelerate himself around the map. It's a skill that he's very good at. Nice 2-tap. Char goes down. PZ Muffin might have one more if AZK comes out. There's the trade, 2-on-2. One more at the boiler, gives away his position. Swag tags him. Like I said, if you're running away from Dazed and you're backpedaling, he's going to catch you. You have to know that, especially because of how good he is at bunny hopping. PZ Muffin sprays through. Could have actually tagged Brax there. So it's going to be a B retake. And Skadoodle waits for Relics and puts the ironic kibosh on that hope. So with only one player left, Armada's 4 health PZ Muffin will no doubt not try to... okay, I thought he was going to go into the banana. He won't try. He won't try to take this back.
Yeah, with only 2 people left, they kind of made the mistake of just leaving B completely open, so that allowed, as we saw, Skadoodle move into CT spawn and just wait for the rotate, and he just called Brax swag over, and it was no problem for him from there on out. But yeah, I like that comment about Daze and his bunny hopping. It's pretty funny to see him all of a sudden come bunny hopping down that hallway really quick.
Yeah.
And you could even tell the CT was very surprised by it as well.
You get this kill on steal, you're feeling good, I'm going to back out and jump into the what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I'm going to lay this, throw this incendiary down, no problem. Got plenty of time. It's, oh, crap, terrorists coming at me.
Speeding a runaway car is Days. 9-4, iBUYPOWER leads by a bunch for this terrorist side. And Armada, faced with a bit of an economic crisis, that one round kind of threw their losing streak. Oh, obviously, you don't want a losing streak, but that one round is making it very difficult for them to buy. You see a couple lopsided buys, a saved rifle, a forced buy, some P250s, and a 5.7 here or there. So if you want to turn this into a salvageable success, you want to focus on one side of the map, I think. And then if you get a kill, redistribute the weapons amongst your team. Splitting up is not the best order if you want to do a forced micro buy like this, and Char is very nervous. He sees little bullet holes being punched into the cardboard in front of him, or the plywood. So I think they played this correctly. I think that the way they've bottled up B right here is the best way they could have treated it, considering they had a couple people with pistols. But iBUYPOWER knows exactly what they just did, and considering the fact they've retuned their effort to go to B. They steps out to mid, standing on the hot coals, takes a bunch of damage from fire, but ultimately survives. 3 alive in the site, and Armada has to retake. All of them, I should point out, have armor and guns. One doesn't have a helmet, but against AKs that never matters. It's, well, I guess piercing dinks some small case where it could matter. Brax comes up to the blue truck, and PZ Muffin was not ready for him. So that seems to be a play that he goes for many times in tournaments, and you have to kind of be ready for that one. That one, Clay, we'll talk about this one, comes with a healthy dose of film study, which is surprising because you would think that all of iBUYPOWER's players are the most exposed because people see them on film the most.
Yeah, that could be the case. I mean, obviously, for Complexity or iBUYPOWER, then they do have probably the most game footage out there for them. But, I wouldn't say it's unlikely for certain teams to not do as much research or take the game as seriously as, other teams do, so...
Hiko and Days have both come out for their respective teams and said that it's very identifiably obvious that that North American teams, only 2 of them really take the game and study it to a degree that it could be considered academic or an athletic pursuits. I think a couple of North American teams are close, and if they can just tune in and hone in their studies, their preparation, they could reach that next level, because some of them seriously do have the shooting talent. See Manajuma and see Denial and Ronin 5. I don't know if you'll ever see it, though. It's a matter of real dedication.
It really is. I mean, it takes time, and, I don't know if a lot of these teams are serious enough to be putting in the time like that to try to, elevate their game to the next level that they need to. But look at this, Brax on the clutch, so...
How often have we seen this? How often have we done the Brax chant? He's on the clutch, going for the bomb. One through the boiler, one waiting at the art side. He's got the first one. He never saw him come in, so he has no information about that person who is inside the jump window. Let's turn off the X-ray and go straight on clutch mode. One is at Moto, waiting for him, hiding. Romulus stalks behind him, and Brax knows nothing. He's going to plant the bomb, sees Rouse comes out, tries to hide behind a tiny post, can't do it, can't get skinny enough. The half is over and doesn't really make too much of a splash because iBUYPOWER leads by so much. It's 10-5. You're watching CEVO TV. I'm Cotton. My partner is Klops. And thus far, this new iBUYPOWER roster looks pretty good.
Yeah, they are looking pretty good. Let's take a look at the actual score line. I want to see how Steel is doing. 8-12. Skadoodle actually bottom fragging. So yeah, I mean, look at Brax, 16-7. He's up there with Days. So he is. He looks like he's not having any problems really adjusting. I mean, Steel might be his score might be due to ping. He does have that ping disadvantage at the moment. But either way, this is going to be a big round for Armada here. This pistol round. If they don't win this, then I mean, that's pretty much the nail in the coffin, I think.
Swag, USP sniping, tag or not, he's like, I can do this, guys, don't even worry. AZK and crew are pushing through Banana, and the T's are just getting wrangled. But somehow they've managed to turn these into a couple of kills. They've seized the site. No, they're not going to plant. Oh, they will. They're going to take one gun off the field to plant, and that was the wrong decision, frankly. They had a lot of time to work with. They could have fought, and they could have planted safe, but Romulus... Well, he met the guillotine as his head was just poking out just a little bit while he was planting. 2 versus 3, and they can't plant the bombs. 2-on-2, actually. AZK and Days versus. And another kill almost registered. 1-on-2. Relic's holding on in the corner. Just please don't shoot me, Days. has no such merciful thoughts in his head. 11-5 and presumably 2 more.
Yeah, Doom probably could have gotten further into the site and planted in a safe spot, or they could have even gone to, you know, rotated all the way around to B. But either way, he planted in a bad spot, and that was pretty much what cost him the round right there.
I thought that was going to be their plan. I thought after they disengaged and there was a slight lull before the 2-on-2 happened, it was 3-on-3 and then it turned into a 2-on-2. In that little gap, I thought that Relics and Doom were going to just walk out of the site and run to B.
Yeah, I mean, they could have, but, you know, when the nerves are pumping and you're nervous and you see the site right there, then, I mean, you know, you think, hey, I'll just get this bomb down. We should be able to defend it, so.
Yeah. Now, iBUYPOWER, their week 1 game looks pretty strong. Steal, oh, Glock shot, and I think it might have been from Char, who was at the far window, who was getting sprayed by the FAMAS. He beats the FAMAS with his Glock, a very impressive shot, and Skadoodle wants to trade. Now, he steps in, unloaded like an entire magazine onto Romulus, and Romulus kind of just walks away shrugging it off, which is a little odd. Skadoodle's being a little bit off today. If you look at the score line, like you said, you alluded to, he's 1 for 2 at the moment, sitting at 5 and 10 on his KD. Not that it matters in particular, as he's been the entry on a lopsided, CT-sided map. But it's worth noting. 1 hiding in the site, that's Skadoodle. And he gets taken down, unable to press to kill this round. And 2 alive for iBUYPOWER. Dazed and team have not been able to win these anti-ecos. We've seen them lose a couple of ecos recently in large tournaments, sometimes against Complexity and Armada. They tune up that same score. They win their eco.
Yeah, I mean, it really was a big deal when you saw Swag get taken down in the apartments by that P250 over in the window, and then you saw Skadoodle was actually saving. I think he wanted to get that op on the 3rd round or possibly 4th round, but either way, he was saving. So yeah, once they lost that 1 man, then they were at the disadvantage, so to speak, over in A.
All at the very end. So many buys reinforced. Excuse me, my English is terrible today. There's no reason to do that. I know you wanted to chase. I know you wanted to take some guns away and make them buy again, but it's not like you were facing threatening guns. It was a FAMAS and 1 M4 and not a whole lot else. And Armada may regret that this round, judging by their economy. You take a look at this. Only 1 person has some semblance of a bank account at 2.7, and the rest sitting at 1.1, 0.3, 0.8, and 0.2. It's just it was an unnecessary chase.
Yeah, it was, and you see iBUYPOWER is going to go in and buy here a couple Mag 7s, and then you know, the M4 and a FAMAS, and then obviously steal with the 5.7 here. So I mean, they're trying to get this round back. They want to get it back and then take the lead here. Now you have to take the lead, but keep the lead going, take the money lead.
Romulus is holding this angle, looking to the apps, and yeah, it's creative. It's not the one you typically do when you're standing at the porch, but honestly, it's the same firing window. If you come out that window and you're still aiming in that direction, it's not like you're not going to see that head. You'll still be looking directly at him. Brax gets attacked in the hallway, brought down by a FAMAS in the back, and though he was waiting in the dark, he still didn't choose to check, and he pays the price. Easy Muffin looks Arch, also looks into the cubby, finds Skadoodle waiting, and Skadoodle just cannot get a break today. They'll seize sight. They're moving to wrap, and Steel has to hold on. He's hiding behind the Moto boost. He's also down. A lot of shots are off right now for iBUYPOWER, even though they had weapons for this round. iBUYPOWER's AZK is the last. He has a FAMAS. He is who we follow now. He'll come through the arch. And he would have had relics there if he'd just gone a little... Oh, that FAMAS would have given him away. Nobody saw him. He'll walk away with the gun. Smart save. And Armada looking pretty good. Yeah, I got to ask you this. So Armada... they're finding success, and I haven't done enough analysis on it because I've been talking a little bit too quickly, but the success seems to be coming at the standard wraparound to A, where they're isolating 1 player in the apps, killing that player, and then resetting and going for the port side 1 app and 1 arch wrap. And that player in apps, is it not Swag?
It is Swag. Swag has been in apps the past 2 rounds, and he is the first one who's fallen each of these rounds. So yeah, he's been the I guess the the bad Jenga block pull for iBUYPOWER.
Nice reference. Bad Jenga block pull. Yeah, he has been the weak link there. Now there was a save, and there was a round where he had a Swag, but I wonder if who's the person that he's playing next to, because the person he's playing next to he has to have the most synergy with, and that's Steel at the port side. It's
Steel and Skadoodle playing the A, so.
Okay.
Actually,
well,
they've actually stacked it here since it's an eco round, and they've been favoring so far. But if you look at the map, obviously they're going to be going B this time. So
two lost rounds is not an entire statistical pool make. It clearly it's too early to say anything, but it's something to worth keeping an eye on. Fire over the top. We've seen this inspired by the play at the EMS1. A blind AZK tries to trade himself out. They've entered into bomb site B. The bomb will be planted, and that far lurk, who is that far lurk? It happens to be Romulus, will join the entire attacking van to seize the site. Now, 4 iBUYPOWER players exist. Look at them spreading out here. They're like, there should be a lurk. Conventional wisdom tells us there should be a lurk, and the closest person to it will be Romulus. We go to him now. The number 2 is looking down banana. The gun sights will be his to make this shot. I think Skadoodle will be the first one in. And they're not going to try. They're looking for full... This is a 4-man exit kill team. Pretty funny.
yeah, they've given up the position or shown that they're actually stacked over this. I mean, obviously, all Armada has to do is rotate out of CT spawn, which is what they're doing. Oh, excuse me. But, yeah, you said that, you know, iBUYPOWER is used to the lurk player, and yeah, they are. They're used to that lurk player, and they're probably not going to be caught off guard by it too much. So they will be looking for it when they're rotating from the site, as we just saw. It's not one of those things that really catches them off guard because they're used to playing at the high level where most teams have that designated lurk player. But they are going to be able to buy now, so
I wouldn't say that I would not say Armada doesn't understand the concept of sending a designated lurk.
I'm not saying Armada doesn't. I'm just saying that I was just noting that iBUYPOWER probably is not likely to get caught off by it. I had nothing to do with Armada's ability to see lurks.
Long range trade at mid. Skadoodle brings down Doom, and as he was overconfident trying to bring down more than one, he gets headshotted from the T ramp by Relics. I wonder, we talk all the time about personnel matchups, identifying who's playing hot, who's playing poorly. I wonder if we go hunting for swag today, because look at where the bomb is, and look at exactly where they're trying to lean toward. You can see the mini-map and the cluster of players heading back toward him. They're looking for him in the apps. Nobody's in the apps just yet. Now they do. Char's inside, and they'll be hunting for him. It seems as if Armada's going after him. And Swag is known as a defensive player, so, you know, a couple of things to be considered.
I think, if anything, they're probably targeting more Skadoodle, because if you look at his scoreline, he's doing the worst on iBUYPOWER, and he's been playing in A, so that's where they're going. I mean, they did get Swag those 2 eco rounds in the apartments, but it just from those 2 rounds, I want to say they're directly targeting him.
Yeah, it's true. Smoke's over to block the exits. The turnaround is going to lean toward B, and the rotate's already on. iBUYPOWER has already called for the rotate. Daze is on the way back. This slow movement up B might already be doomed before its beginning. The fire is over. It's a same repeat of the same round again. And if they do this, they're almost certainly going to run into much trouble. AZK on top of the spool, finds one, transfers to the other, has a headshot, reloads, and has one more right next to him. That's Relics in the barbecue pit. If he gets killed right here, that'll be the end of the round. It's going to be 12-8. Armada had the right idea. They absolutely had the right idea, but they had to have executed a little bit quicker. That walk in the banana eventually was the undoing of them.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, iBUYPOWER has their guns, and it looks like they've been playing a little bit more of a passive look over at A, so they're not getting punished as hard. And, you know, with that, that's why Armada, I think, decided to rotate over and try to take B. But, you know, when you have, excuse me, when you have AZK and Dazed over there defending, then it's going to be pretty tough to take.
Nades down range don't do a significant amount of damage. Skylar takes about 20, walking away with 79. Doom tucks into the corner. If he peeks back out, he could get a headshot there. It's a pretty aggressive play for iBUYPOWER. They've pushed AZK right up to those pillars. A shot through the smoke. That's Relics who gave away his position. Those tracers at this level will be a dead giveaway as to where Daze should spam, and he was absolutely correct where he did. Relics walks away with a sad face. Okay, so the same thing. Exactly the same thing. They're targeting the apartments. They work one person in there. They try to isolate somebody in here, work this kill, move back if they have to. It's interesting. I wonder if it's a product of the map, because obviously working apps is one of the staples of Inferno, or if it's actually a targeted sort of assault here. If they bring down AZK and they start rotating back, know that iBUYPOWER will be out of place. Now, wow. Daze finally hits probably the first impressive shot of the day there, stepping out and just locking onto the face of Doom there. Know that this fast rotate back is iBUYPOWER not giving Armada enough credit for their guile, for their creativity, because of the fact that the bomb is not actually here. And iBUYPOWER has to know that now. So I think Skadoodle's going to start sprinting back. He has to come back to help his team. Steel could clean this one up before anyone does rotate back. He does with 2 nice, crisp headshots. 13-8. iBUYPOWER still leads by a good margin.
Yeah, Armada tried to sell the fake over to B right there, but really they only had 2 people going. So once Danis came around and decapitated one guy, it really wasn't that much of a fake for him anymore. So they knew they only had to keep 2 people in A, and it worked out for him.
Man, I'm trying to find that glimmer for Armada. Wow, a lot of nades there for the yellow card. They anticipated to push it. They had just waited an extra second. AZK has a quad, looks for an ace, picks it up. It's an eco round ace. We just give it a nice golf clap. Nice job. Nice job. You killed a bunch of Glock people.
Good job spraying down those pistols. No, but good job, AZK. I mean, regardless of getting the ace with the AK, they still read it appropriately and they pre-naded it nicely. So,
yeah, it just takes a little bit of information, right? You see that many nades flying at you, then you just step up into the breach. You have them all stuck in one little corridor in banana, so you might as well just go to town on them. AZK did just that. All right, so we have the tie points. iBUYPOWER wants to seal this one up, make it out of the reach of Armada. With the conclusion of this round, Armada put up a valiant fight. And Clay, I'm a little bit creeped out at how good you are at Preds. I believe you said 16-8, didn't you?
I did say 16-8.
You're weird. You're absolutely weird. Char and PZ Muffin back in the apartments hunting for either Skadoodle or Swag, and they won't find him. They'll play off, and he's been playing off ever since. I think maybe he would have been chided by his in-game leader days. Like, look, you're pushing apartments and you're getting killed. Let's have you pull back and play a little bit more conservative. Lean on the team to support you. You don't have to make the big play just because it's your first day out in the field, and just play within the system. And he is playing within the system, and it's starting to really benefit them.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's probably what happened. After he got punished those 2 times for playing aggressively, Days probably said, hey, just, play in the pit. No reason to be pushed up like that.
1-1 trade thus far, 2-1 trade thus far, 2-2. That was quick. 2-3. Wow, that just happened in a blink of an eye. 3 alive for iBUYPOWER. 2 for the terrorist team. They're in the pit and the apartments. Relics is the last, and he gets cleaned up. iBUYPOWER is hitting that next gear that a lot of invite teams, but not international invite level teams, don't have. It's like that car that has the 6th gear.
Yeah, and they lost a couple rounds at the start of this half, but really I think it was just eco rounds that they were losing for the most part. Once they got their guns and got their gear, they just kicked it up, and really they are the better team here. But I mean, Armada has a chance to come back, but probably not going to happen. I mean, it's already match point for iBUYPOWER, so.
AZK smells blood. He wants to peek. You can tell by that jittery movement. He walks out into the fire after that one charge to a crisp player. Char goes down. PZ Muffin is the next. At the logs, Doom is the next. This one could be wrapped up quite quickly if Romulus goes down. Relics is the last. Our number 3 is in alt, and he kind of sees the end. I think he can see visions of his defeat coming quickly, and he smokes the underpass just so he doesn't have to worry about it. Shot there. He couldn't wrap that one up, and this one could be the end. A shot. Steel goes down. 4 alive for the CTs, and we're looking for the ace. Elsewise, we're looking for the iBUYPOWER win. I think he has someone behind him. Yeah, he does. He's just kind of in the worst possible situation right now. There's nowhere to go. There's the shot. iBUYPOWER looking in good form with their new roster. Both Complexity and iBUYPOWER have put together a win with their new rosters. Both teams have new players. You've seen them for the first time. I feel like both squads are feeling pretty good about themselves. I hope you guys didn't lose too much on your bets today with Denial and Ronin 5, or this if you bet for Armada, and I think I had a good time. I'm a bit sorry that you guys didn't get your video card. I wish you did. I mean, I wish I did.
Yeah, once again, sorry about that giveaway, guys. Once the author of the giveaways app or plugin for Chrome gets that fixed, then we will be doing the giveaway, the video card giveaway next time. So stay tuned. If you want a chance to win a video card, stay tuned to our cast because it will be happening sometime soon.
If you do enjoy our work, follow the channel. That would help us out a lot. We'd appreciate it.
16-8, back on track with the Preds. Yeah.
How do you do that?
Don't worry about it.
You're welcome.
Voodoo.
I didn't even see one casters or shit. Can somebody please troll us to make us feel like we?
No, they were.
Oh, so you guys called it shit. Thank you.
Of course. It wouldn't be a cast without being told we're shit casters. So. But either way.
Why do we even... I mean, you guys scare all the casters. There are no more casters in Counter-Strike because of that. It's a shame. But we were thick-skinned, right?
Yeah. I mean,
okay. Let's sign on.
It's the internet. That's how it goes. But yeah, guys, thanks again for watching. We hope you enjoyed the matches. Once again, sorry about that giveaway, but stay tuned to our channel and our cast. It will be happening sometime within probably the next week or whenever that guy stops being lazy and fixes the giveaway plugin. Other than that, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Social media links, you can check out our Twitters below our portraits here. Those are our personal Twitters if you want to follow us. CEVO social media, that's going to be on the Twitch page you guys are looking at, so look on that and you can check that out. Other than that, thanks again for watching. You've been watching CEVO TV. Have a good night.
See ya.